In the pre-dawn darkness of September 8th, 2024, at exactly 3:17 a.m., a desperate 911 call shattered the serene silence of an affluent enclave just beyond the glittering borders of Beverly Hills, where multimillion-dollar estates lined streets so meticulously manicured they seemed plucked from a Hollywood dreamscape. This neighborhood, nestled between the iconic allure of Beverly Hills and the secluded grandeur of Bel Air, is a sanctuary where privacy is a currency, its costs reflected in gated driveways, towering hedges, and security systems that guard the secrets of the elite. The caller, her voice fractured by raw grief and disbelief, struggled to articulate a mother's worst nightmare. She had discovered her 22-year-old daughter, Madison Thompson, lifeless in her bedroom, the victim of a brutal strangulation. What initially appeared to be a tragic home invasion gone awry would soon unravel as a far darker tale, one of a forbidden romance steeped in manipulation, cultural deception, and deadly obsession that obliterated two families, fractured a tight-knit community, and exposed the fragile illusions of suburban perfection. By sunrise, media vans swarmed Elm Avenue, their satellite dishes piercing the tranquil morning air like harbingers of chaos. Local news outlets across Los Angeles blared sensational headlines that gripped the city. Young woman found dead in Lux LA home. Shocking homicide rocks elite neighborhood. National networks like CNN and NBC, along with true crime podcasts like Crime Junkie, quickly dubbed it the Beverly Hills tragedy, with early speculation ranging from gang-related violence to a crime tied to the area's high-profile residents, perhaps a disgruntled actor or a tech mogul's vendetta. But the true narrative, woven with threads of calculated influence, hidden cultural pressures, and a fatal fixation, took weeks to fully emerge, revealing the devastating cost of maintaining a flawless facade in a world obsessed with appearances. Before we dive into this heart-wrenching story, I urge you to hit that subscribe button right now and tap the notification bell to stay updated on our latest true crime deep dives. This case contains sensitive themes, as we explore how a respected community leader's secret double life culminated in a heinous act of violence. And let me know in the comments, where are you watching from? Whether it's New York, London, Lagos, or a small town halfway across the globe, I'd love to connect with our global audience and hear your thoughts on this chilling tale. Rajan Mehta seemed to embody the quintessential American dream, a beacon of immigrant success in a land pulsing with opportunity. At 42, he had transformed himself from a young man who arrived from New Delhi in 2009 with little more than a weathered engineering degree from IIT Delhi and unrelenting ambition into one of Southern California's most sought-after technology consultants. During the frenetic peak of the dot-com boom's aftermath, Rajan landed in Los Angeles, a city alive with innovation, startups, and the promise of reinvention. Armed with technical expertise and a work ethic forged in the competitive crucible of India's tech scene, he founded MetaTech Solutions, a firm specializing in integrating complex healthcare software systems, ensuring seamless data flow for hospitals navigating stringent regulations like HIPAA and interoperability mandates. What began as a solo operation in a cramped downtown office above a Thai restaurant grew into a powerhouse employing over 80 professionals, generating annual revenues exceeding $18 million. His clients included giants like Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, UCLA Health, and Kaiser Permanente, all of whom lauded Rajan's ability to untangle intricate digital challenges, syncing patient records across platforms, streamlining billing systems, or ensuring compliance with federal cybersecurity standards. Rajan was the guy everyone looked up to, recalled Patricia Wilkins, a retired interior designer whose Spanish-style villa, with its terracotta roof and bougainvillea-draped walls, sat across from the Metas on Elm Avenue. He had it all: wealth, a beautiful family, respect from every corner of the community. We were a bit jealous, to be honest. He seemed to have mastered the art of blending his cultural roots with this dazzling American success story, throwing these unforgettable parties that brought the whole neighborhood together. The Mehta residence was a stunning testament to Rajan's journey, a 4,800 square foot masterpiece of modern architecture infused with subtle South Asian elegance. Intricate teak panels, hand-carved with lotus and paisley motifs inspired by Mughal artistry, adorned the grand entryway, greeting guests with a nod to his heritage. Inside, warm ochre and saffron hues bathed the walls, evoking the vibrancy of Rajasthan's desert palaces, while floor-to-ceiling windows framed sweeping views of the Hollywood Hills, their twinkling lights a nightly reminder. The months leading up to the tragedy, he'd trail off during conversations about upcoming festivals like Navratri, his eyes darting to his iPhone with compulsive frequency, as if tethered to an unseen urgency. His business partner, Vikram Patel, a soft-spoken engineer who'd co-founded Meditech, observed uncharacteristic lapses. Rajan began taking 2-hour lunch breaks, returning distracted or skipping critical strategy sessions with vague excuses like family errands or urgent client follow-ups. Colleagues whispered about a possible midlife crisis or mounting business pressures, perhaps a looming acquisition deal, or a regulatory audit from the Department of Health. Some speculated he was overworked, juggling too many hospital contracts. None suspected the deeper storm brewing within, a storm that would soon engulf not just Rajan but everyone in his orbit. 3 homes down Elm Avenue lived Madison Thompson, a radiant 22-year-old fresh from earning a media studies degree from UCLA, where she dreamed of carving a path in Hollywood's cutthroat PR and marketing world. Having returned to her mother's sleek, modern home to recalibrate her future, Madison's story stood in stark contrast to the Mehta's narrative of immigrant triumph. A lifelong resident of this affluent enclave, she grew up surrounded by wealth but witnessed her family's unraveling during her teenage years. Her father, Mark, a seasoned pilot for Delta Airlines, had left when she was 14 after a bitter divorce marked by accusations of infidelity and financial mismanagement, leaving Madison to navigate the fallout, court hearings, whispered arguments, and a custody battle that left her feeling like a pawn. Mark had since remarried, building a new life in Scottsdale, Arizona, with a wife and 2 stepchildren Madison barely knew, their communication reduced to sporadic texts that felt more obligatory than heartfelt, often just a happy birthday with an emoji. Her mother, Sarah, thrived as a luxury real estate agent, her evenings and weekends consumed by showings for high-net-worth clients seeking $12 million estates in the hills, often leaving Madison to fend for herself in a house that echoed with absence. Madison was undeniably striking. Her golden hair fell in soft waves, her physique sculpted by daily Pilates classes at boutique studios in West Hollywood, and her life meticulously curated for her 20,000 Instagram followers. Her social media grid was a tapestry of aspiration, Gucci handbags draped over her arm, candlelit dinners at Catch LA, and vacations to exotic locales like Santorini or Tulum, all filtered to a dreamy, golden hour sheen. But the glossy posts masked a grittier reality. Student loans totaling $72,000 loomed like a guillotine. Her credit card balances swelled from maintaining appearances. $500 on a single Balenciaga dress, $600 monthly on beauty treatments like lash extensions and facials. And her degree had yet to open doors to the media career she'd envisioned. Rejections from entry-level roles at PR firms, talent agencies like CAA, and production companies like A24 stung deeply, with hiring managers often citing her lack of industry connections or hands-on experience. Living back in her childhood bedroom, surrounded by neighbors with private jets and personal chefs, felt like a personal failure, a constant reminder of the chasm between her curated online persona and her reality. Late nights refreshing LinkedIn, her bank account dipping below $200. Madison was searching for her place in the world, her best friend Jessica Alvarez recalled. Her voice heavy with hindsight during a police interview. She wanted the life she posted about to be real, not just a facade she curated for likes. She was brilliant, gorgeous, but stuck in this limbo, always comparing herself to influencers with millions of followers. Her parents' divorce left her wary of trust, always chasing validation but afraid to let anyone too close. She'd stay up late scrolling TikTok, feeling like she was falling behind everyone else. Madison's relationship with money was fraught, a source of constant tension. Sarah covered essentials: housing, groceries, car insurance for her aging 2018 Honda Civic. But Madison craved the autonomy to live the opulent lifestyle she observed daily. From neighbors' Tesla-filled driveways to their yacht party invites posted on Instagram stories. She'd launched a fledgling social media consulting business, offering services to local boutiques, vegan cafes, and fitness studios to boost their online presence with targeted ad campaigns, aesthetic reels, and curated feeds. But clients were scarce, payments often delayed by 60 days, netting her just $2,000 monthly. Barely enough to chip away at her loan interest, let alone fund the lifestyle she projected with posts of $200 sushi dinners. The Thompson residence, a sleek marvel of modern design with floor-to-ceiling windows, white marble floors, and a rooftop deck offering panoramic views of LA's skyline, felt cavernous since the divorce. Sarah's frequent absences for work, open houses in Malibu, client dinners in Beverly Hills, left Madison alone most nights, the silence a stark contrast to the Meta home's warmth, where the aroma of cumin and cardamom wafted from the kitchen and children's laughter spilled into the street during family game nights. This neighborhood, perched between the iconic allure of Beverly Hills and the secluded grandeur of Bel Air, cultivated a culture of relentless perfection, a pressure cooker of expectations. It attracted Hollywood producers, tech entrepreneurs, and professionals who'd amass fortunes through blockbuster films, unicorn startups, or hedge fund deals. Block parties featured gourmet catering from Michelin-starred chefs like Wolfgang Puck and rare Napa Valley vintages served in crystal flutes. Holiday decorations were installed by high-end designers, transforming homes into festive showcases worthy of Architectural Digest. Social media posts from community events, charity galas at the Getty, 4th of July barbecues with live jazz, resembled Vogue editorials, every detail curated to project success. In this world, appearances reigned supreme. Marriages gleamed in filtered family portraits, children attended elite institutions like Crossroads or Harvard Westlake, and achievement was measured in the gleam of a Bentley Continental GT, the exclusivity of a Maldives getaway, or the number of followers on a verified Instagram account. Yet behind these impeccable facades, families grappled with universal struggles. Loneliness in sprawling 6,000-square-foot mansions, financial pressures to keep up with neighbors' conspicuous consumption, strained relationships buried under 80-hour workweeks, and the exhausting charade of perfection that often led to hidden vices, from Xanax dependencies to clandestine affairs conducted in discreet hotels. The Metas and Thompsons, separated by just 3 manicured lawns, represented distinct visions of American success. The Metas embodied the immigrant dream, forged through relentless diligence and cultural adaptation, rising from humble origins in a Delhi tenement to elite status in a single generation, their story a testament to grit and ambition. The Thompsons reflected inherited wealth marred by modern family fractures, with divorce shattering what once seemed unbreakable, leaving Madison to navigate her identity in a world obsessed with image and validation. Either family could have foreseen their lives colliding in a way that would devastate both, erode the community's sense of security, and lay bare the perilous consequences of unvoiced desires and unmet needs. The stage was set for a tragedy that would expose the sinister underbelly of affluent suburbia, revealing how swiftly a revered man's carefully crafted life could spiral into a nightmare of deceit, coercion, and ultimately, murder. If this story of hidden truths and shattered illusions is gripping you, pause right now to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of true crime enthusiasts. Tap the notification bell to never miss an upload, and share this video with friends who love diving into real-life mysteries that unravel the complexities of human behavior. Where are you watching from today? Drop your location in the comments. Whether it's Sydney, Toronto, Mumbai, or a cozy small town, I want to hear from you. Your support fuels our mission to uncover stories that matter, raising awareness about the dangers lurking behind perfect facades. Let's also start a conversation. What's the most shocking true crime story you've heard from your area? Share below and let's connect. The first spark between Rajan Mehta and Madison Thompson ignited on a seemingly ordinary Saturday morning in March 2024, under the soft glow of a California sunrise filtering through the palm trees. Madison stood in her driveway, wrestling with her 5-year-old Honda Civic, its engine stubbornly refusing to turn over after weeks of intermittent issues. A faulty alternator, a flickering check engine light that mocked her attempts to fix it. Sarah had already left for a weekend of open houses in Pacific Palisades, showcasing $10 million estates to tech moguls and foreign investors, leaving Madison at risk of missing a crucial pitch to a potential client, a trendy vegan cafe in Venice seeking a social media overhaul to boost their brand's reach. Her face flushed with exasperation, she popped the hood, staring helplessly at the maze of wires and metal, her frustration palpable as she muttered curses under her breath, kicking a tire in defeat. Rajan, sweat soaked from his morning jog in high-performance Nike gear, noticed her distress as he slowed his pace near her driveway, his breath still heavy from a 6-mile run through the hills. Always the helpful neighbor, with a knack for fixing things born from his engineering days in Delhi, he crossed the street with a friendly wave, his sneakers crunching on the gravel. "Car trouble?" he asked, his tone warm but professional, his dark eyes assessing the situation with calm confidence. A problem-solver's instinct kicking in. Within 20 minutes, using a toolkit he retrieved from his garage, a sleek, organized set he kept for such moments, he diagnosed a loose battery terminal, tightened it with practiced ease, and had the engine purring again, the hum a small victory in Madison's chaotic morning. "You're an absolute lifesaver," Madison exclaimed, her relief washing over her as she brushed a strand of blonde hair from her face, her green eyes bright with gratitude, a smile breaking through her earlier frustration. "I'm hopeless with cars. My dad used to handle this stuff, but he's long gone to Arizona." "Glad I could help," Rajan replied, wiping his palms on a rag, his smile disarming, revealing a hint of charm beneath his polished demeanor, his accent a subtle blend of Delhi and LA. "Your dad's Mark, the pilot, right? I've seen him around before he moved out." "Yeah, he's in Scottsdale now. New wife, new kids. It's just Mom and me here," Madison said, her voice carrying a fleeting note of vulnerability beneath her polished exterior. A crack in her confident facade that hinted at deeper wounds. Her father's absence, her mother's distance, her own uncertainty. That moment of openness struck a chord with Rajan, a man accustomed to solving problems but rarely connecting on a personal level outside his family's orbit. Here was a young woman, radiant and ambitious, yet grappling with life's uncertainties in a neighborhood that demanded perfection at every turn, where a broken car could feel like a personal indictment. He lingered longer than necessary, asking about her recent graduation from UCLA, her media studies degree, and her fledgling social media business with genuine curiosity. His questions thoughtful. "What kind of clients are you targeting? Have you tried LinkedIn for networking?" They exchanged phone numbers for emergencies, and Rajan offered his tech expertise for any digital challenges in her consulting work. Perhaps help with analytics tools like Google Analytics or website optimization for her clients' e-commerce pages. It felt entirely innocent, a successful elder neighbor mentoring a young dreamer chasing her big break in a ruthless industry. Yet both sensed an unspoken undercurrent, a flicker of attraction that hung in the air like the morning mist, unacknowledged but undeniable, a static charge waiting to ignite. For Madison, Rajan represented an ideal she rarely encountered in men her age: stability, success, and a focused attentiveness that stood in stark contrast to the flaky, commitment-averse guys she dated, who often ghosted after a few Tinder meetups or prioritized bar crawls over meaningful connection. Rajan's polished demeanor, his tailored joggers, and his easy confidence felt like a glimpse of the life she aspired to, a world of certainty, achievement, and respect. For Rajan, Madison embodied a vitality and freedom that felt increasingly distant from his disciplined life of board meetings, temple duties, and familial expectations. Her youthful energy, her unfiltered laughter over a shared joke about LA traffic, offered a glimpse of a less burdened existence, a chance to feel alive in a way his structured routine, client pitches, PDA meetings, temple budgets, no longer allowed. Over the next few weeks, their interactions grew organically, starting with small, practical exchanges that felt harmless. Madison texted about a rattling noise in her car's engine, attaching a 10-second video clip of the sound for clarity. Her message light: "Help, my car's possessed again." Rajan responded with detailed advice, even swinging by one evening after work to check it himself, diagnosing a loose exhaust clamp and driving her to a trusted mechanic in Culver City, chatting easily about her day. When she mentioned struggling with a business plan for her social media venture, specifically, how to price services competitively in a saturated market with influencers undercutting rates, he offered to review it over coffee, framing it as a quick favor from one professional to another. Their first meeting took place at a bustling cafe in Santa Monica, its oceanfront patio alive with morning joggers, dog walkers, and laptop warriors tapping away on MacBooks under striped umbrellas. It was public, professional, above reproach, the kind of setting where neighbors could bump into each other without raising eyebrows. Rajan arrived with a moleskine notebook filled with handwritten suggestions, from SWOT analyses to Instagram algorithm hacks drawn from his firm's marketing strategies, his precise handwriting a testament to his methodical nature, each bullet point a small act of care. "I can't believe you put this much thought into my little project," Madison said, sipping an oat milk latte as she pored over his notes, her fingers tracing his bullet points on client acquisition and hashtag strategies. "Guys my age can't even plan a date without flaking, let alone break down a business model like this. You're like a unicorn." "Business strategy is my wheelhouse," Rajan replied, his eyes crinkling with a warm smile as he leaned forward, his voice steady, his Rolex catching the sunlight. "You've got serious potential, Madison. You just need a roadmap to channel it. I see big things for you, maybe your own agency one day." That evening, as Kavita prepared a family dinner of paneer tikka masala, saffron rice, and homemade gulab jamun, she asked about his day over the clatter of dishes in their open-plan kitchen. Rajan mentioned casually that he'd helped the young neighbor down the street with her startup ideas, framing it as a quick, neighborly favor, nothing more. Kavita nodded approvingly, her heart warmed by his generosity, a trait she'd always admired since their arranged marriage in Delhi 17 years prior. "That's so like you, helping the next generation," she said, stirring a pot of dal, unaware of the deeper currents stirring beneath his words, the spark that was quietly igniting into something far more dangerous. But the text exchanges that followed their coffee meeting hinted at a subtle shift, from professional mentorship to something more personal, more intimate, like a tide turning imperceptibly. "Rajan, hope your cafe pitch went smoothly. Saw you rushing out this morning, looked a bit stressed." "You okay, Madison? Nailed it, thanks to you. Your ideas were a total game changer. Grateful you believe in me, seriously. Rajan, You're capable of anything you set your mind to, Madison. Don't doubt that. You've got a fire most people lack. Madison, sometimes I feel like you're the only one who sees what I could be. Mom just nags about real jobs, and my friends are too busy chasing clout to care. Dr. Amelia Patel, a forensic psychologist who later analyzed their relationship for the prosecution, identified a textbook pattern of emotional manipulation in these early interactions, a dynamic that would prove devastating. What we observe is an older, accomplished man pinpointing a younger woman's vulnerabilities, her financial insecurity, her fractured family ties, her hunger for validation, Patel explained in court, her voice measured but firm. He positions himself as a savior figure, a mentor and protector, gradually eroding boundaries to create emotional dependency, all while maintaining plausible deniability as a helpful neighbor. This is a classic grooming tactic, subtle but deliberate, designed to exploit trust. By April, their meetings evolved into something far more layered, the lines between mentorship and attraction blurring dangerously, like a watercolor painting bleeding beyond its edges. Coffee shops gave way to dimly lit wine bars in tucked-away corners of Culver City or Pasadena, far from the prying eyes of Elm Avenue's gossip-prone residents, where a neighbor might spot them and whisper at the next HOA meeting. Discussions about Instagram metrics or client pitches bled into deeply personal confessions, each one a step toward intimacy. Madison's lingering pain over her father's absence, his sporadic texts replaced by silence since his new family took precedence, leaving her to question her worth in every unanswered "I miss you" she sent. Rajan's quiet frustrations with the relentless pressure to maintain his image as the perfect provider, community leader, and cultural ambassador, a role that left little room for personal desires or moments of weakness. Madison's financial struggles, her $72,000 student loan payments eating up her meager earnings, forcing her to lean on Sarah's support while yearning for the independence to live the life she posted about. $200 brunches, $1,000 handbags, a life of effortless glamour. These vulnerabilities provided fertile ground for Rajan to flex his generosity, each act tightening the invisible threads between them, like a spider weaving a web. When Madison's laptop crashed mid-pitch, leaving her scrambling to recover a client presentation for a Brentwood boutique, Rajan arranged for a high-end replacement through his company's vendor discounts, delivering a sleek MacBook Pro loaded with Adobe Creative Suite, a $2,800 gift he framed as a tool for your success. When she expressed interest in a social media marketing summit in San Francisco, he covered the $1,800 registration fee and a 2-night stay at a boutique hotel in Union Square, wiring the funds via Venmo with a memo reading "For your future." He ensured no paper trail led back to him, using a secondary account Kavita didn't know existed, opened at a private bank under a business alias. He made me feel like I mattered, Madison wrote in her diary app, entries later recovered from her iCloud by forensic analysts. Not just my looks, which everyone comments on, but my dreams, my ideas, my hustle. He saw my business as real when everyone else, mom, friends, even my professors, thought it was a pipe dream or a hobby. He's the only one who gets me, who sees my potential to be more than just another influencer. For Rajan, these interactions were a heady escape from his regimented existence, a chance to step outside the confines of his carefully constructed life. With Madison, he could shed the weight of expectations, client deadlines, temple board meetings, parent-teacher conferences discussing Arian's AP scores or Priya's art portfolio. They discussed everything from Coachella lineups to her favorite reality shows like Selling Sunset, worlds far removed from corporate spreadsheets or debates over temple renovation budgets. Her admiration, untainted by years of familiarity, felt intoxicating, a stark contrast to the routine appreciation at home, where his 80-hour workweeks and community leadership were often taken for granted. Kavita's thanks a quick smile before bed. In Madison's eyes, he was a hero, not just the guy who paid the mortgage or organized the Wally fundraisers. Their text exchanges ballooned through April, becoming a digital lifeline that grew increasingly intimate, a private world they built together. Week 1, 15 to 20 messages daily, mostly business tips and light encouragement, like "keep pushing, you've got this." But what seemed like a glamorous love story in Dubai was about to twist into something darker. Behind Rajan's charming smile and Madison's sacrifices, secrets were building. Secrets that would not just test their marriage, but eventually cost someone their life. Was Rajan truly the devoted husband he appeared to be? Or was he hiding something far more dangerous? In Part 2, we uncover the chilling turn that no one saw coming.